I was with this young lady for nearly 15 years, but I was battling alcohol addiction and drug addiction, which comes with the homosexual lifestyle. And I'm telling you, most homosexuals that you see, they do have issues with substance abuse. And have you ever asked yourself, why do they have so many problems with alcohol, with drugs, with all different kinds? Because you need to be inebriated to do the things that the homosexual lifestyle calls for you to do. The average person in their right mind cannot do that in their right mind. So you need to go into another realm with all of these other substances that will take you into another spiritual realm so that you can do the things that you needed to do. So I was not exempt. I had an alcohol problem. I had a drug problem. As I was there in that service, the Lord began to minister to me. He began to minister to my heart. And one thing that I knew, and I felt like I had somewhat of a relationship with God. I would get drunk and cry and pray just like, drunk people do. I would get drunk and cry and sing Amazing Grace and all of that stuff. And so I began to talk to the Lord in this balcony. And one thing I knew that separated me from God was the fact that I felt like I was born a homosexual. And I knew, regardless of how I wanted to be on the Lord's side and how I desired a relationship with Him, that it would never work with me and Him. Because I'm going to have to be a hypocrite and pretend like I'm not a lesbian. Or I'm going to have to find a church that's going to allow me to be an open lesbian, because I felt like I couldn't change. Because I can't change if I was born this way. Don't y'all hear the homosexuals saying that? Like, you can't change if I was born this way. And so that was my issue. So as I'm standing up there in that balcony, and I got my hands lifted and I'm crying, and I'm talking to the Lord, and I told Him, I said, God, there's no way that you and I can be together because I was born this way. And I clearly heard the voice of the Lord. He did not tell me, Linda, you wasn't born that way. He did not tell me, no, I ain't created you that way. He said, it doesn't even matter how you think you were born. I have the power to make you be born again. And that is the issue that we need to be telling homosexuals today. We need to get out of this discussion and this debate that we just want to win the argument. You don't need to win the argument. Jesus already won the argument. When He rose up with that resurrection power, He said, all power is in my hand, which means I have power over the spirit of homosexuality. So we don't need to win that argument. Only thing we need to tell homosexuals, it don't matter what you feel like you were born with, because you too can be born again.